Hi, this is SLKJDFE from the Unity community, and I've got a treat for you guys today. Um, this is my fifth video on the update for my voxel editor. I made some major improvements and optimizations to the engine, so let's get started. For starters, when you'll notice when I click on Chunk Master, this little tool thing comes up. Now, you also have these settings over here. Notice how I removed rock layer. That's no longer needed or used. I did a lot of changes to the system and how it updates its renderer and everything. So, call distance is the distance from the player that chunks are no longer rendered or updated. Well, no, they're updated, but they're just not rendered. Sorry. This is how far you, from the player that you are in order to be able to edit bricks in play mode. This is the size of the chunks. This is how many chunks to create horizontally. This is how many chunks to create, horizontally and then this way. So you just click initialize. Takes a few seconds. And it automatically creates the chunks for you. So you no longer have to go chunk by chunk by chunk, initializing the chunks. It does all that for you. Another cool thing is I have disabled a bunch of tools. When you click on, notice how when you click on camera, it shows this little tool thing, and I can move stuff around. But when you click on Chunk Master, that's all disabled. You cannot move it at all. You can move the individual chunks, but not the whole Chunk Master. So, which that will also be disabled later. But watch this. Ready? I deleted it. I'm going to click stone, and look at this. No matter where I click, it's going to edit it and change it. So you no longer have to edit chunks individually. You can move around inside the editor and just keep clicking away and edit your dungeons or whatever. Let's click dirt, and look at that. There's dirt. Cobblestone. So custom blocks is working. This is this rock right here that I posted an image of it on the forums. So just watch this. See, there's the rock. It creates a little. It is using the stone texture, but that's all right. This is just to show you that there are rocks now. Let's put a rock on some dirt. So that's pretty much the major update here. I also updated the way it renders everything. It now takes chunks into account, so chunks now take other chunks into account in rendering. So if I was to actually go into here and go inside of it, you'll notice that there's no longer the edges rendering. Whereas before, in the earlier videos, chunks would still render their edges, their sides here, even if another chunk was blocking it. Now it does not do that. Another optimization that I did is, I actually just updated this. So when I would click on a chunk, when it would go to update, it would update its renderer, but it would go through every single chunk to check its update, to check what sides to update. Now it only checks its adjacent chunks, so any chunk that's next to it. So, for example, this chunk here will take this chunk into account, this chunk, and this chunk when updating its edges. So it will update this chunk's edge, this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk when you click on it. So, I will eventually be adding in brush size, so you can edit more than one voxel at a time. Brush size will be added in later. Another thing I will be adding in is a water tool, and then I will also be adding in some other various tools as well. So, look forward to that. That's pretty much all I have for you. But yeah, this was a major update on my part for you all to get this working, because before you actually had to edit the chunks individually. You couldn't edit them all at once, whereas now you can edit them all at once, and you can see that it's actually very quick. So now I'm actually going to go into play mode for you guys. And oh, look at that. Too far from the player. Oh. Yeah, that's another thing I didn't add in yet. You still have to go through each chunk and click save. Otherwise it won't save the chunk data. So you guys still need to do that. I'm actually going to update that right now. But that's pretty much going to sum it up for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to the next video. Alright, bye-bye.